our volume, I want to know how many missing blocks I've got. So I know my capacity, which is the amount of blocks I can put in here, is 24. However, I haven't got 24 blocks in here, which means my volume is not 24. Now, how many blocks do I have missing? So already here I can see I've got 2 layers of blocks. How many blocks do I have missing? Gabriel, answer my question. How many blocks do I have missing, please? Gabriel? Not 4, guys. If you look here, Gabriel, I can't hear you, I'm afraid.
Is it 8?
It is 8. Gabriel, can you explain why it's 8? You're absolutely right.
Because there are 4 groups and the top 2 bits are 2. Therefore, so I just did 2 times 4 to get the answer.
Super. Right, let me show you. So Gabriel's absolutely right. So here on this bottom row, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 missing. So on my bottom row here, I've got 4 missing. But there's also the top row missing here. So I need to add another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Gabriel, then you've got your 8 blocks missing. What do I then need to, what calculation do I then need to do? Willem, what calculation do I then need to do? Because it's not 4 times 2 equals 28.
It's 24 minus 8.
Pardon?
Is it 24 minus 8?
Is absolutely, you're correct. So you do, so our capacity is 24 because we did our length times width times depth, and we then need to subtract our missing amount of blocks, which is 8. So 24 minus 8 is 16. So our volume is 16 there. I'm hoping we're feeling a bit more confident. Alyssa, are we feeling happier with that? Good, I'm really glad, Alyssa. Cole, you have a question?
I did some of the maths, and on the answers it said that question was 28, the capacity.
This question?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't say 28, it says 24. I think you might be looking at a different one, Cole.
Oh.
Okay, I will double check, but when if you listen to this audio, it says 24, but I will double check that.
With the Fitbit Premium app and an EDA sensor on your wrist, you can manage stress before it manages you.
What is my length? What is my
Introducing a smart way to understand your health.
Leave it up for 10 seconds and then I'll open the chat. What is my capacity? So to do that, you need to do length times width times depth. So what is my capacity there? Okay, I'm going to close this down now because we should have all had the length times width down. Can I get you to write it in the chat now, please? Holly, have you got it? So Holly, what's my length? What's my length here?
4.
Unmute for me, Holly. Yep. Times by my width, which is
4.
times by my depth.
2.
Good. So 4 times 4 is 16, times by 2, which is 32. Well done. Thomas, can we please make sure we're using the chat properly, please? I don't want to have to turn the chat off because we can't use it sensibly. Good. So we've got 32. So we've already gone through the first question. Now, to work out our volume, how many blocks do I have missing? So we know our capacity is 32. How many blocks do I have missing? Now, remember, there's 2 levels to this. So how many blocks do I have missing? Alyssa, how many blocks do I have missing? Oh, sorry, I've clicked off. How many blocks do I have missing? Count.
6.
You've got 2 levels. Not 6. How many across do I have here, Alyssa?
Oh, 4.
Good job. So we've got 4 missing. Now, Poppy, what's going to be my calculation? My capacity is 32. I have 4 blocks missing. What's my calculation, Poppy?
Length times width times depth.
No, Poppy. We need to pay attention. We've already done that. We've worked out what our capacity is. It's 32. We now need to work out what our volume is. So we've said our capacity is 32. Alyssa's told me that 4 of those are missing. So what calculation do I need to do to work out my volume?
Take away 4.
Thank you. So what is my answer, please? Noah, what's my answer?
Would your answer be 36?
You've added. We don't want to add because our capacity can't be any bigger. So what do we need to do? We need to do 32
Subtract the
4,
subtract the 4,
which is
32.
no 32. Subtract 4, Noah, isn't 32.
Oh,
What's
28.
There we go, Noah. You got there. Good job. Well done. So we've subtracted that one. Now I'm just going to talk about the challenge because Mr. Lockwood has stressed to me how challenging this challenge is. He said it is very, very tricky. Now your challenges, and again the isometric paper has been uploaded, but if you can't use it on the computer, by all means print it out, or you can draw the dots yourself. They might not be directly even, but you can draw a rough shape. There was somebody yesterday that I commented, I think it might have been Freddie, that drew his own one, and that was very, very impressive. So using isometric paper, can you draw your own part of the cuboid that has a capacity of 30? So you're going to need to work out how you make a capacity of 30. So length times width times depth, and that needs to equal 30. Then you need a volume of 23 cubes. So you need to work out how many cubes you need to take away from that, okay? Now that is very challenging and it's going to take some playing around with it to get it. But just to remember, you want your capacity to be 30. So you want your length times width times depth to be 30. You then want to think about how your volume, which is 23, and you need to think about how many blocks you're going to need to take away from that. The destination question is very similar to these questions, so you should all be happy with that. Okay, your guided reading is due on Friday, but I would recommend that you all start doing that today to make sure that you have enough time to do it. It is due tomorrow, as I mentioned. As I said, and I'll just repeat it for those of you who were not here for the morning, the 9 o'clock one. For your English, I've created your own shape for the blurb. Now you can right click on this and add text, or as I mentioned to everyone at 9 o'clock, you can do your blurb and front cover on a piece of paper so that you can be as creative as you possibly can, add lots of colors to it, and then upload a photo of it. Okay, now as Nicole asked me, and Nicole was very sensible in this question, she said, how long do you want the blurb to be? I would recommend going looking at one of your books that you have or are currently reading. Your blurb is not going to be a whole page long. You don't want to give away too much of the story. I would say, you know, this length, probably you want it to be about that length. Gabriel, it may look bigger than what it actually is because I'm on the camera, but I would say between 6 and 8 lines. Okay, I wouldn't go any more than that. Now you're linking your blurb to your story, your suspense story that you've written, and you can design a front cover as a challenge if you wish to do that. Obviously you have science this afternoon, so please make sure that you do your science as well, and I will leave you to go. Now wait 1 second. I need Alyssa, Thomas, Heather, Sophie and Noah to stay on, please. Callum and Dexter and Kira, can you please submit your suspense? Oh, Kira, I need you to stay on as well. Don't worry, Kira. Kira, can you please submit your suspense story so that I can see it? I'm having a little bit of trouble seeing the one you uploaded. Callum, I can't see your suspense story. It may be that you just haven't submitted it to me, so can you please make sure you submit that? Dexter, I know you're having a few troubles with that. Now, if you're all happy, unless I mentioned your name there, so Noah, Heather, Thomas, Alyssa, Sophie and Kira, the rest of you may go, and I look forward to seeing you at 3:10.
Bye.